You know, one often pictures Hawaii and immediately conjures images of pristine, sun-drenched beaches, azure waters gently lapping at the shore, and the silhouettes of luxury hotels against a setting sun. This is the Hawaii of brochures and daydreams, a paradise polished for the world to see. But beyond this familiar facade, nestled in the volcanic folds and lush interiors of the islands, lies a different kind of Hawaii. It is a world that exists far from the tourist trails, a place of profound character and unexpected stories. Here, the true spirit of the islands reveals itself not in grand resorts, but in the quiet, unassuming corners of its most peculiar settlements. These are the hidden communities, the weird towns, each a unique ecosystem of culture, history, and human endeavor. They are places where time seems to flow differently, where the past is not a memory, but a living presence felt in the architecture, the traditions, and the very air one breathes. From old plantation towns seemingly frozen in amber, to bohemian enclaves thriving on the edge of volcanic activity, these settlements offer a glimpse into the archipelago's soul. They are the keepers of secrets, the homes of artists, cowboys, and guardians of ancient traditions, each contributing a distinct note to the complex symphony of modern Hawaii. So, join me as we venture beyond the familiar shores to uncover these remarkable places. We will journey inland, along winding coastal roads, and into the heart of the islands to discover the stories etched into their landscapes. This is an exploration of Hawaii in its most authentic, offbeat mode. Ready to explore Hawaii in offbeat mode? Let's dive in. Our journey begins here, on the island of Oahu, but far from the crowded shores of Wahiawa. We find ourselves in Wahiawa, a town cradled in a central plateau, an island on an island flanked by the Waiani and Ko'olau mountain ranges. For generations, this land was a sea of green and gold. The vast pineapple fields of Dole and Del Monte, the sweet, sharp scent of ripening fruit once defined this place, a scent that now lingers only in memory and the stories of its elders. The plantations have largely vanished, but their legacy endures, shaping the very structure of the town. Wahiawa presents a fascinating tableau of mid-20th century Americana, preserved as if in amber. Its main street is a collection of modest, single-story buildings, their facades telling tales of businesses that have served this community for decades. There's a palpable sense of nostalgia here, a feeling of being suspended in a bygone era. The town is bordered by two major military installations, Schofield Barracks and Wheeler Army Airfield, and this proximity has woven a unique thread into the local fabric, creating a community that is a blend of local families, military personnel, and veterans who chose to make this quiet corner of Oahu their home. Walking through its streets, one feels like an archaeologist of the recent past. Every corner seems to hold a story. The old movie theater, the family-run bakeries with their time-honored recipes, the quiet residential lanes where life unfolds at a gentle, unhurried pace. Wahiawa is not a destination that shouts for attention, it whispers. It invites you to look closer, to listen to the echoes of the pineapple boom, to understand the quiet resilience of a community that has adapted and endured, holding fast to its identity in the heart of a rapidly changing island. We travel now to the big island Hawaii, to its northern highlands, where the air is cooler and the landscape transforms dramatically. Here, nestled amidst rolling green pastures, lies Waimea, a town with a spirit that seems to belong more to the American West than a tropical paradise. This is the land of the Paniolo, the Hawaiian cowboy. The story of the Paniolo began in the 19th century when King Kamehameha III brought vaqueros from Mexico to manage the wild cattle that roamed the island. Their legacy is the soul of Waimea. The town itself exudes this unique heritage. Wooden storefronts with rustic false fronts line the main road, evoking images of a frontier settlement. You can almost hear the jingle of spurs on the boardwalks and see the silhouettes of riders against the vast open sky. The atmosphere is thick with history, a testament to the generations of ranching families who have worked this land, blending Hawaiian traditions with the rugged culture of the cowboy. The Parker Ranch, one of the largest and oldest cattle ranches in the United States, has its roots here, and its story is inseparable from that of Waimea. But Waimea is not merely a relic. It is a vibrant living community, where the Paniolo spirit thrives alongside a sophisticated cultural scene. Art galleries, fine dining restaurants, and a renowned preparatory school exist in harmony with the town's rustic charm. It is a place of fascinating contrasts, where ranchers in dusty boots might share a coffee shop with world-class astronomers from the observatories atop nearby Mauna Kea. Waimea teaches us that identity is complex. It is a place where the wild heart of the Hawaiian frontier beats strong, right alongside the pulse of modern innovation and art. Our journey now takes us across the channel to the island of Kauai, the Garden Isle. We arrive in a small town on its southern shore, a place that seems to have been painted into existence by an artist's brush. This is Hanapepe. Its name, which means crushed bay in Hawaiian, perhaps hints at the powerful forces of nature that shaped this land. But today it is known for a different kind of creative force, the vibrant spirit of its artistic community. Hanapepe is, quite simply, Kauai's biggest little town, and its heart is pure art. The historic buildings, many of them original plantation-era structures, have been lovingly restored and reborn as galleries, studios, and independent shops. Their wooden facades are painted in a riot of cheerful colors, turning the entire town into an open-air gallery. Murals adorn the sides of buildings depicting scenes from Hawaiian legend, local history, and the whimsical imaginings of resident artists. Every Friday night, the town comes alive for its famous art walk, a celebration where artists open their doors, musicians play on the sidewalks, and the entire community gathers in a joyful expression of creativity. Perhaps the most iconic feature of Hanapepe is its swinging bridge. Originally built in the early 20th century to allow residents to cross the Hanapepe River, this rickety swaying footbridge has become a symbol of the town's quirky charm. To cross it is an act of faith and a small adventure, a physical representation of the town itself, a little unsteady perhaps, but full of character and leading to something wonderful. Hanapepe is a testament to the power of art to revitalize a community, a place where imagination is the local currency and every colorful corner invites you to dream. Hawaii, the king's cradle. So, we return to the Big Island, journeying to the northernmost tip of the Kahala Peninsula. Here, where the wind sweeps across arid grasslands and dramatic sea cliffs, we find the small, unassuming town of Hawaii. At first glance, it appears as a sleepy relic, just a cluster of old sugar plantation-era buildings lining the road. But, this quiet facade actually belies a place of immense historical significance and honestly, a surprisingly dynamic present. For it is here, in this remote corner of the archipelago, that one of Hawaii's greatest figures entered the world. Hawaii is just a stone's throw from the birthplace of King Kamehameha the Great, the warrior chief who united the Hawaiian Islands into a single kingdom. A large, impressive statue of the king stands just outside of town in nearby Kapa'au, a powerful reminder of the deep historical roots that anchor this community. This legacy really imbues Hawaii with a certain reverence, a sense of being on sacred ground. The stories of the past aren't just in museums, they're in the landscape itself, in the ancient heiau, those temples that dot the coastline, and in the winds that whisper tales of chiefs and battles. These days, Hawaii is a fascinating blend of this profound history and a modern bohemian spirit. The old storefronts, which once served plantation workers, now house an eclectic mix of art galleries, artisan boutiques, and charming cafes. It's become a haven for artists, writers, and folks seeking a slower, more intentional way of life. The community is a close-knit tapestry of long-time local families and creative newcomers, all drawn to the town's unique energy. Hawaii teaches us that even the smallest towns can hold the biggest stories, and that history and creativity can flourish together in the most unexpected of places. Makawao. Upcountry cowboy. We ascend from the coast, climbing into the cooler, elevated region of Maui known as upcountry. The air changes here, becoming crisp and carrying the distinct, almost medicinal scent of eucalyptus trees that line the roads. It's in this refreshing landscape that we discover Makawao. Much like Waimea on the Big Island, Makawao is a Paniolo town, a place where cowboy culture isn't a performance but a fundamental part of its identity. The town is the heart of Maui's ranching community, a legacy that stretches back for more than a century. The town's main intersection, a charmingly chaotic crossroads, feels like the epicenter of this unique culture. Historic wooden buildings with wide verandas house boutiques and bakeries alongside shops selling saddles and spurs. Hitching posts, though now mostly decorative, still stand as a nod to the town's equestrian roots. You can just feel the energy here, a blend of rustic grit and artistic flair. Makawao has attracted a vibrant community of artists and artisans, and their galleries and studios now sit comfortably next to the feed stores and general shops of old. Once a year, this cowboy spirit erupts in a town-wide celebration for the annual Makawao Rodeo, one of the most famous in all of Hawaii. It's a spectacle of skill and bravery, where Paniolo from across the islands come to compete, and the entire community gathers to cheer them on. It's during this time that the soul of Makawao is on full display, a proud, resilient community that honors its ranching heritage while embracing a creative, modern identity. To be in Makawao is to breathe in the scent of eucalyptus and leather, and to feel the enduring spirit of the Hawaiian cowboy. Laie, the gathering place. Traveling to the windward coast of Oahu, we encounter a town with a remarkably different character from any we've seen so far. This is Laie. The atmosphere here is one of serene order and profound faith. Laie is the spiritual and cultural center for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the Pacific. The town's development and identity are deeply intertwined with the church, which established a presence here in the mid-19th century. The magnificent Laie Hawaii Temple, with its gleaming white exterior and meticulously manicured gardens, stands as the town's serene and commanding centerpiece. The town is also home to Brigham Young University Hawaiian, a campus that draws students from across the globe, creating a uniquely international yet cohesive community. The university's presence lends the town a youthful, scholarly energy that really complements its spiritual focus. Life in Laie moves at a calm, deliberate pace. The streets are clean, the homes are neat, and there's a pervasive sense of shared purpose and community that's just palpable to any visitor. It's a place built on foundations of faith and family. Perhaps Laie's most famous landmark is the Polynesian Cultural Center, an expansive living museum where students from the university share the cultures of their home islands, from Samoa and Tonga to Fiji and Aotearoa. This institution is more than a tourist attraction, it's a vital part of the town's ecosystem, providing employment and a platform for cultural preservation. Laie, in its quiet and orderly way, serves as a gathering place, not just for its faithful residents, but for the diverse cultures of the entire Pacific, creating a microcosm of Polynesia on Oahu's northern shore. We remain on Oahu's windward side, traveling south from Laie to a community with a fierce and palpable spirit. This is Waimanalo, nestled between the dramatic fluted cliffs of the Ko'olau Range and a stunning stretch of turquoise water. Waimanalo is a place of breathtaking natural beauty. But you know, its true significance lies in its people and their unwavering commitment to their heritage. Waimanalo has one of the highest concentrations of native Hawaiians on the island, and it is a bastion of Hawaiian culture, language, and activism. There is a powerful sense of solidarity here, a community bound together by shared history and a deep connection to the Aina, the land. This is not a town catering to tourists. It is a community living for itself, fiercely protective of its resources and way of life. You see it in the hand-painted signs calling for the protection of sacred sites, in the community gardens where traditional crops are grown, and in the prevalence of the Hawaiian language spoken in homes and local businesses. The spirit of aloha aina, love for the land, is the lifeblood of Waimanalo. The town itself is humble and residential, a collection of modest homes, small farms, and roadside stands selling local produce and plate lunches. Its pace is slow, dictated by the rhythms of family and community rather than the demands of the outside world. To visit Waimanalo is to be a guest in a place with a powerful, living identity. It is a profound reminder that for many, Hawaii is not a vacation destination, but a sacred homeland, a cultural inheritance to be honored, protected, and passed down to future generations with unwavering resolve. Our journey now requires a short flight or ferry ride to one of Hawaii's smallest inhabited islands, Laie, once known as the Pineapple Isle. A single company, Dole, owned almost the entire island and carpeted its landscape with vast pineapple plantations. At the geographic heart of this island, we find Laie City. It is a town unlike any other in Hawaii, a master-planned community built in the 1920s to house the thousands of plantation workers who came from around the world. Its design is a study in nostalgic order and quirky charm. The entire town is laid out on a grid system, its streets lined with small, colorful plantation-style cottages, each with its own garden. At the very center of this grid is Dole Park, a sprawling green space shaded by towering Norfolk and Cook Island pines. The park is the town's heart and soul, its central gathering place, around which all community life revolves. The shops, restaurants, and civic buildings that ring the park have a timeless, almost cinematic quality, making a stroll through Laie City feel like stepping onto a beautifully preserved film set from a bygone era. The pineapple fields are gone now, replaced by luxury resorts and golf courses, but the town itself retains the spirit of its origins. There is a sense of quiet intimacy here, where everyone knows everyone, and the pace of life is wonderfully, deliberately slow. The towering pines, planted nearly a century ago, whisper in the cool upcountry breeze, standing as silent witnesses to the island's dramatic transformation. Laie City is a living monument to a pivotal chapter in Hawaii's history, a place where the neat, orderly grid of a company town has nurtured a quirky and resilient community spirit. We return to the Big Island, but this time to its easternmost district, Puna. This is a land of raw, primal energy, a place where the earth is still being born, and at its heart is the town of Pahoa, Hawaii's undisputed wild child. This is a town living on the edge, both literally and figuratively. Volcanic eruptions are not a distant threat here, they are a recent memory and an ever-present possibility. Lava flows from Laie have threatened and, in some cases, consumed parts of this community, leaving behind a landscape of stark black rock and a population with a unique perspective on impermanence. This proximity to Pele, the volcano goddess, has fostered a community that is fiercely independent, resilient, and deeply unconventional. Pahoa is the bohemian capital of the Big Island, a magnet for artists, off-gridders, hippies, and anyone seeking to live outside the mainstream. The town's main street is a colorful, ramshackle collection of historic wooden buildings, housing health food stores, eclectic boutiques, and laid-back restaurants. It feels like a frontier town from a psychedelic western, where anything and everything is possible. The culture here is one of radical acceptance and self-reliance. It's a place where you might see a farmer from a nearby organic farm chatting with a crystal healer and a lava flow survivor at the local market. The air is thick with the scent of tropical flowers and, often, cannabis, for which the Puna district is famous. Pahoa is not a town for the faint of heart. It is a raw, vibrant, and sometimes chaotic community that has chosen to build its home on some of the most geologically active land on Earth, embracing the wild, creative, and unpredictable nature of life itself. We ascend from Pahoa, climbing higher up the slopes of Kilauea to a place that exists in a perpetual state of mist and wonder. This is the village of Volcano. Situated on the very edge of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, this community is arguably the most surreal in the entire archipelago. To live here is to have one of the world's most active volcanoes as your neighbor. The air is cool and damp, and the landscape is a lush, otherworldly rainforest of giant ohia trees and hapuu tree ferns, all growing from rich volcanic soil. The mornings here are often shrouded in a thick fog, lending the village a mysterious, dreamlike quality. The silence is profound, broken only by the chorus of native birds and the distant, subtle rumbles of the earth. This unique environment has long been a sanctuary for artists, scientists, and writers, people drawn to the creative and spiritual energy that seems to emanate from the volcano itself. Their homes, tucked away in the dense forest, are often as unique and creative as their inhabitants, with a focus on blending into the natural surroundings. Life in Volcano is a constant, gentle negotiation with nature. Residents are keenly aware of the seismic activity beneath their feet and the shifting moods of the volcano. There is a deep respect for the power of Pele and the land she creates and transforms. The village is a testament to the human ability to adapt and find beauty in the most extreme of environments. It is a quiet, contemplative community that has found its home in the breath of the volcano, living in a world of mist, creation, and profound natural beauty. We return to the Garden Isle of Kauai, to its eastern shore, to a town that perfectly captures the island's laid-back, multifaceted personality. This is Kapaa. Stretching along the coast, Kapaa is less a single town center and more a long, vibrant corridor of life. It's a place where old Hawaii and new Hawaii coexist in a charming, slightly chaotic harmony. The main road, once serving the sugar and pineapple plantations, is now a bustling thoroughfare of commerce and culture. The architecture tells the story of this evolution. Weathered, historic plantation buildings stand shoulder to shoulder with modern storefronts. Here you will find vintage shops filled with treasures from the past, health food stores offering the island's bounty, and food trucks serving up an incredible diversity of flavors. Kapaa is a hub for both locals and visitors, but it has managed to retain its authentic, unpretentious character. It feels lived in, a place of genuine community rather than curated tourism. One of the town's greatest assets is the Keala Helemakalai, a coastal path that runs through the heart of Kapaa. Here you see the town's true rhythm as people walk, jog, and cycle along the stunning coastline, with the blue Pacific on one side and the town's eclectic energy on the other. Kapaa is the steady, eclectic heartbeat of Kauai's east side. It is a place that doesn't try to be anything other than what it is. A warm, welcoming, and wonderfully jumbled mix of everything that makes modern Kauai so special. Our journey takes us back to Maui, to its world-renowned North Shore. Here, at the beginning of the legendary road to Hana, lies the town of Paia. If you were to distill the essence of surfer meets artist culture into a single place, it would look and feel exactly like this. Paia is a vibrant explosion of color, energy, and free-spirited living. Its past as a bustling sugar mill town is still visible in the historic wooden buildings, but they have been completely transformed, painted in every color of the rainbow and housing a dizzying array of unique businesses. The streets of Paia are a dynamic spectacle. Sun-bleached surfers with boards under their arms weave through crowds of shoppers browsing high-end boutiques and new-age crystal shops. The air smells of salt, sunscreen, and incense. This is the town where many of the world's best windsurfers and big-wave surfers come to live and play, drawn by the legendary waves at nearby Ho'okipa Beach. Their presence infuses the town with a youthful, athletic, and slightly rebellious energy. Paia is Maui's bohemian capital, a place that embraces a holistic and alternative lifestyle. You will find more organic cafes, yoga studios, and natural food stores here than perhaps anywhere else in Hawaii. It's a town that attracts seekers, dreamers, and adventurers, all contributing to its lively and ever-changing cultural mosaic. Paia is a crossroads of cultures and passions, a place where the powerful energy of the ocean meets the creative spirit of those who have chosen to call this vibrant, colorful corner of Maui their home. We now travel to an island that, proudly resists the pace of the 21st century, Molokai. Known as the Friendly Isle, it's a place where Hawaiian culture remains deeply ingrained in daily life. And at the heart of this island is its main town, Kaunakakai. To arrive in Kaunakakai is, honestly, to feel the brakes applied to modern life. There are no traffic lights here, no buildings taller than a coconut tree, and really, no sense of urgency. The town is a simple, singular main street, Ala Malama Avenue, lined with unassuming one-story wooden buildings. Life here unfolds at the speed of a friendly conversation. Faces are familiar, and waves and housets are exchanged between passers-by. The shops are functional and community-focused, a grocery store, a hardware store, a bakery famous for its bread, and the iconic Friendly Market. This is not a town built for tourists, it's the essential hub for the island's residents. The place they come to get supplies, share news, and connect with one another. The sense of community is not just strong, it's honestly the town's very foundation. At the end of the long wharf, local fishermen cast their lines, and the ferry to Maui comes and goes, representing one of the few tethers to the outside world. Kaunakakai is a powerful antidote to the complexities of modern living. It is a living lesson in the value of simplicity, community, and, slowing down enough to appreciate the present moment. It's the slow, steady, and incredibly warm pulse of an island that has chosen to define progress, not by growth, but by the preservation of its culture and its peaceful way of life. Our path leads us back to Maui, to its most remote and legendary corner. To reach it, one must traverse the famous road to Hana, a journey in itself. This winding, narrow road carves its way through lush rainforest, passing countless waterfalls and dramatic coastal vistas. The road is a rite of passage, a transition that slowly peels away the layers of the outside world, preparing you for the profound peace of the destination, the town of Hana. Arriving here feels like reaching the very edge of the world. Hana is not so much a town as a scattering of homes and community hubs nestled in an impossibly green and fertile landscape. Life here is governed by the rhythms of nature, the rising sun, the passing rain showers, the cycles of the moon. The community is a mix of native Hawaiian families whose roots in this land go back centuries, and those who have sought refuge here from the hustle of modern life. There is a deep, shared understanding that to live in Hana is to be a steward of a very special place. The sense of isolation is, palpable and precious. With limited cell service and a profound quiet, Hana forces a different kind of connection, to the land, to the community, and to oneself. From the black sand beach at Wahiawa State Park to the sacred pools of Ohio Gulch, the natural beauty is overwhelming and deeply spiritual. Hana is more than a place. It is a state of being. It's a reminder that in our hyper-connected world, the greatest luxury can be the peace found in a remote, beautiful and timeless corner of the earth. For our final destination, we visit a place of profound sorrow, breathtaking beauty, and incredible human spirit. On the island of Molokai, isolated from the rest of the world by some of the tallest sea cliffs on Earth, lies the Kalaupapa Peninsula. This is not a town one can simply drive to. Access is restricted, requiring a special permit and a journey by small plane or a strenuous mule ride down a steep winding trail. This isolation was once deliberate and, honestly, pretty cruel. For over a century, this was a place of forced exile. Beginning in 1866, thousands of people, diagnosed with Hansen's disease, then known as leprosy, were forcibly removed from their families and banished to this remote peninsula. It was a prison colony disguised as a settlement, a place of immense suffering and loneliness. Yet within this tragedy, an extraordinary community was forged. People like Father Damien and Mother Marianne Cope came to serve the afflicted, and the patients themselves built a society of mutual support, resilience, and grace in the face of unimaginable hardship. Their stories haunt this beautiful land. Today, the few remaining residents who were once patients live out their lives in this quiet, peaceful landscape. The settlement is now a national historical park, a place of remembrance and reflection. The air is still, the natural beauty is immense, and the silence is filled with the echoes of thousands of lives. To visit Kalaupapa is a deeply moving experience. It is to bear witness to a painful chapter of history, but also to encounter the quiet, enduring beauty of the human spirit's capacity for compassion, community, and survival against all odds. We have journeyed through a different Hawaii, a mosaic of communities, each with its own rhythm, its own story, its own peculiar magic. We've walked the streets of Paniolo towns, felt the creative pulse of artistic enclaves, and stood in quiet reverence in places defined by faith and history. From the wild volcanic heart of Pahoa to the serene isolation of Hana, we've seen that the character of these islands is forged not in the polished lobbies of resorts, but in the unique ecosystems of its smaller, stranger towns. This is the wild, the eccentric, the character-filled side of the archipelago. These hidden corners are where the soul of Hawaii really resides. They invite us to look beyond the surface, to listen more closely, and to understand that this paradise is a place of profound complexity and depth. The stories of these towns are the stories of Hawaii itself, tales of resilience, adaptation, cultural preservation, and the enduring connection between people and the land they call home. I encourage you on your own journeys to seek out these places, to talk to the people who live there, and to discover the histories that are not written in the guidebooks. The true, lasting memories of a place are rarely found on the beaten path. They are discovered in the unexpected conversations, the quirky details of a main street, and the quiet moments of connection in a town that time seems to have forgotten. This is where the real enchantment of the islands lies, waiting to be found by those willing to look a little deeper. Sometimes, the real magic of Hawaii is found far from the postcards, hidden in the heart of its weirdest towns.